Hi guys, today I'm going to make a quick video for my teaching series, and it's about what would you do if one of your students had a seizure, because that happened to me yesterday while I was at work. Like, I'm not a full-blown teacher, I'm a sub, but I am more like specifically for the special needs kids because I'm there with them all the time, so I'm that familiar face because they're not like with an IEP, special needs, like low on reading or anything. They have a full-on like disability. But my person that I'm normally with, she had a seizure yesterday, and I did follow protocol, but it wasn't a school protocol because whenever we do subbing for where I live, they don't teach us what to do for that kind of stuff. They just teach us the kind of like basics of like, don't touch a student, if there's a fight, don't touch them, just call the office. Like, if something happens, call the office. Like, that's all you do, call the office for everything. But for me, since I know what to do when people have seizures because I grew up with my sister having seizures all the time, and she's 6 years older than I am, so I had to learn how to do this stuff when I was like 4 years old, just in case. And we haven't had anything like that before, like after that, because if you guys didn't know, she did die when she was 13 and I was like 5, I think I don't remember, I can't do math right now. But just like having to go back and think about all of that stuff in that short amount of time, like, it was kind of scary because I'm trying to make sure that this girl doesn't die on my watch or something seriously happen to her while I'm, like, she's with me. And I think, in my opinion, I did a good job. I got her to a state where she could not sit up, but she was just on her side, and I was, like, with her, like, keeping her calm because the girl that I was with, she can't talk. And I found it really fascinating that she imprinted on me. And if you guys don't know what that is, like, if you didn't watch Twilight, imprinting is kind of like having a fixation on someone that, like, you can't help it. Like, you're with that person no matter what. Like, you are, I don't want to say obsessed, but like infatuated. Like, you want to be with that person. Like, you want to bother them and bug them and just see how they're doing and like everything. So she's like that to me. She bugs me every time I'm over there, but I know she's doing it because she likes me, and she can't talk, so that's how she shows her affection for me. She comes up and tries to sit on my lap. I'm like, you're too heavy, you can't do that. But that's my person, and I felt bad because she can't talk, like I said, and she was reaching for me when she was on the gurney, and like she talks with her eyes, and she like did that, help me please, like come with me. And like my heart melted and broke in like a million pieces because I couldn't. And I thought it was really weird because I don't know if it's just like the ambulance people for where I live or that's just like a normal thing, but they wouldn't let any of us on the ambulance with her. Like, they wouldn't let the principal on, they wouldn't let the nurse of all people. Like, they wouldn't let her on, they wouldn't let people that are like normally with her every day, like the other teachers there, that, because like there's 3 teachers in the room with that group at a time, and I was one of the teachers for the day, but they wouldn't let the other 2 on there with her, or at least like one of them. And I thought that was just really weird. But what would you do in that situation? Because they didn't teach any of us that, so just like put yourself in my situation, or like think of it as if I wasn't who I was and like knew what I was doing already, and I was a different kind of sub, or like a different sub in general. I'm pretty sure I would have freaked out so bad that like I probably would have been in a corner crying somewhere, or like left the room completely, because just like people, like after everything happened, they put the school on lockdown also, by the way. I thought it was really weird. But like people in the hallway, like the teachers, they're like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Like, this is so like we've never had this happen before, well, like in a long time at least. And like I just can't imagine like you being in that classroom because like you're a sub, and like, did you know what to do? And I was like, I was perfectly fine, I know what to do. This stuff is like, my family is that family that just goes out and like we help people, so like stuff like that kind of happens a lot, even though you wouldn't think about it. Like, people fall in the stores, we go out and help them, so just staring at them, we're those people that help out. but I was perfectly fine. They're like, oh my gosh, you're just like, this is why we call you all the time to sub, because you know how to get things done, you know how to handle stuff like this in a serious situation. But that's all I had to say. Just, what would you do in my situation? Comment down below, because I want to hear this, because like I said, if I wasn't who I was, I would have freaked out. Let me know what you would have done, and I'll talk to you guys later.